Catherine.
Hello, Kristen.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good to see you.
It's always good to see you.
Excited.
Welcome back to Behind the Dirty Needle,
And
the
underneath it,
podcast that exposes the dark underbelly of the med spa
the
industry.
underbelly.
Underbelly. Like it's hanging down,
It's down there.
dragging in the dirt.
It's just in there.
This episode is great already.
Yes.
Today we're peeling back the pixelated curtain.
Pixelated. You
Ooh,
didn't.
I sure did.
Well,
On AI, cheap SEO tricks, and why your clinical's digital voice matters just as much as your
It matters.
injector's touch.
No.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a deep one.
that's a controversial statement.
Let's talk about it.
So this is a topic that's changing med spas faster than a flash sale on filler.
Oh God. Flash sales. Hello.
Artificial intelligence marketing and the digital takeover of how clinics connect with their clients.
We're talking AI answering phones, bots scheduling consults, marketing firms pushing SEO packages that they don't even understand,
Mhm.
especially when they've never even been into a med spa nor have been treated at one.
Nope. Is it
Mm,
progress or are we just losing human touch or
mm,
just losing touch in general?
I'm going to go with that one.
Yep.
We're losing the touch for
Mhm.
sure. So here's what's happening. More and more clinics are replacing, unfortunately, their front desk with AI tools. You call a med spa now, and instead of a human, you get a super friendly
Mhm.
bot.
Some of them are really good, but
Yes, I'm not saying that they're not good,
they're still
but they're asking if you want Botox or your brows done.
yeah. There's
I mean, come on.
there's definitely a lack of personal touch
And
there.
that pause,
That pregnant pause, I
that
hate it.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's obvious
So
it's
if you've
AI.
ever talked to an AI bot or even one that's good, I've experienced some that are quite good for the industry.
Mhm.
But there's this pause, this awkward pause.
It's
Until we can
it
eliminate
gives me
that,
anxiety.
it's just you're talking to a robot.
It's like that anticipation of like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah. And AI, you guys, artificial intelligence.
Oh, that good point.
I mean,
Yeah.
just for anybody who's
Yeah.
new to that,
Yep. So it's kind of genius. It's kind of creepy.
I'm gonna go with creepy.
These bots can now pull up availability. They can sync with your EMR system,
Mm.
send intake forms, even follow up for rebooking.
Oh my God.
Sounds efficient, but what gets lost?
Yeah, AI doesn't pick up on emotion,
No, it
Catherine.
doesn't.
It doesn't pick up on that human relationship,
Right.
right? It doesn't calm your nerves. It doesn't explain to someone who might need to avoid filler for a couple weeks. It's not going to give that kind of sense of, ah, okay, they're here to take care of me,
Right.
right? It definitely doesn't pick up the panicked client or patient who needs to have somebody talk to them and get them either scheduled or feeling better.
Like the person that just Googled a vascular occlusion. Yeah. It's like the automation works until it doesn't. Uh,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
great where FAQs and just general information is involved, but when the human touch is needed, it's severe.
Seriously. And AI should be there to enhance the front desk, not replace it. I am a
Amen.
huge advocate for front desk because I think building relationships is what med spa is about. And I'm not here to build a relationship with someone virtually. Like I don't want to feel like I can't see the person who I'm talking to
Right.
eventually.
And you're never
Cool.
going to see this.
Right. And I just think there's just this disconnect.
Right.
And I think front desk doesn't get the credit that they should.
They don't.
I know it's not a career, it's a job, and it's usually a stepping stone to something even bigger and better, be it provider or
Hmm.
management, ownership, whatever it is. And I think we need to give a huge shout out to people who are front desk because they're the heartbeat
I always
of
would
the
tell
office, of
my
center, whatever you want to call it.
I would always tell my clients that they're the most important person other
Take
than the
care of your front
provider.
desk people.
Yeah, because they're your first line of defense. They're your first impression.
Hmm.
They're the ones getting in all the initial intake data. So yeah, you really, I mean, while
Front desk is
AI can
everything.
while AI can do some of those things, it can't do all of those things well. And
Right.
like you said, it's if you're trying to dump all patient communication onto a bot to save payroll,
Hmm.
that's not innovation, that's lazy management.
Amen.
And we're not about that. I know you as a manager and you're not about lazy management.
No, I'm kind of like what they talk about management by walking around. I had a person tell me about what that was, and as lame as it sounds, it's so true. It's knowing exactly what's going on in your
Mhm.
office at all times.
Yep.
So you can jump in when needed and be the help that keeps the place going. And it shows your team that you're,
You're in the trenches with them.
yes,
Yeah, 100%.
they're not in it alone.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's switch gears a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, w go to marketing.
Yeah.
This one really grinds my gears.
No. Oh, does it?
Oh, that sounded anyway.
Like
We're
first gear not going so well.
I don't
Oh,
know. I've always driven the automatic.
yeah.
Um, so we're seeing clients hand off their entire brand voice and their SEO to these firms overseas, sometimes in like places like India, who literally have no clue.
No,
I know,
you don't say.
not in India,
No
but
way.
they have no clue what Tox is or what a med spa is even about.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Mm. You wanna talk about it?
Well, I
Because I
mean,
have some personal experience with that.
well, let's go.
I know you're gonna ask me about it, so I'm just gonna tell you.
Let's go.
All right. So, as a practice manager, I worked with this particular office that had a outsourced marketing firm from India, and they not to be or anything, we paid $5,000 a month
Wow.
for this particular marketing, company to help us who had no previous knowledge of med spas, so literally needed to be what I call handheld,
Hmm.
by me. Not that I had anything else to be doing,
Yeah, you
you
weren't
know?
running the
No,
clinic at all.
not trying to
Yeah,
do the profit and, talk to
profit and
leads and
loss.
stuff,
Yeah.
but I had to sit there and tell them, "Post this, not this. Say this, not this." And it was exhausting,
Yeah.
exhausting, and for whatever reason, we just stuck with them because they were really good at advertising for roofing.
Why is it always roofing and plumbing companies that are like they're, when they show you like a portfolio of like success stories, those are always what they show you.
I don't know because med spa's a luxury business. You don't
It's not like
I
a
mean, I
roof
think
or
you need
plumbing.
it, but, you kinda need a roof.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to some that's a luxury, but most of
right.
us have that luxury.
Right.
Yeah.
In med spa, we have to give the why.
Yeah.
Give the person the reason why they
Yes.
need to have this luxury business in
Yep.
their life.
Yeah. Just
So,
because somebody can rank you on Google doesn't mean they understand aesthetics. We've all seen Instagram posts where it's like 10 reasons why lip filler is great for your face or
that doesn't even make any sense.
yeah, yeah. Well, talk about, your personal experience with content.
Oh gosh, you mean when they posted about IV hydration? Is that what
Yes.
you're referring to?
That is
That
what I'm
amazing
referring to.
post that
Yes.
I remember you actually spoke to me about as a sales
No,
rep?
no, I didn't. I would never do such a thing.
But you did,
Okay, maybe.
which I appreciated.
Well.
And it got me to take the post down. I actually didn't know that the post was up as fast as it was, but we wanted to post something about IV hydration being a part of our new selection of treatments. And this marketing firm, even though I had handheld for months prior, said that they were going to post this kind of questionnaire, this multiple choice question, kind of fad that was happening out
Yeah.
there that was like, "Oh, let's see if this works." And they said, you know, IV hydration because you're beating the heat. If you're going to choose marketing,
No, it's
oh my gosh,
there's a picture of a girl by like a pool, like a really pretty serene picture. And
right?
then it was asking, it's 112 degrees and it was like during the hottest season in Texas. And it's saying it's 112 degrees outside. Would you A, go get a margarita, B, go to the pool, or C, get an IV hydration drip?
So random, right?
I mean, it's like one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had a lot of people laugh about that, just like you are right now.
well,
Yeah,
I'm laughing because like I understand like what they were trying to accomplish. Like when it's hot and you need electrolytes, like IV hydration, I do it regularly. But it's one of those things that unless you're in the industry, it's not normal. Well,
would you associate somebody pretty by the pool with an IV hydration?
no.
Exactly. That was the issue. And let me tell you, you guys, my injector slash person who brought in the most money was in my ear about it all day
As
long
I
and was
mean,
laughing just
fair.
along with our clients, to be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, that just kind of gives you an idea of like how out of touch these marketing firms can be if they don't have the background. They're not in the industry.
Right.
You know, that's
It's hard.
yeah.
It's hard. And it's a
It's
lot of waste. It's a money waster,
and a
to be
time
honest.
waster.
Yep.
So
Lots of time. I wish I could get that time back, to be
Yeah.
honest. I
They
really
use
do.
stock photos that look nothing like your client-based content that mislabels treatments, and it misleads clients and it miseducates them. Miseducates. Is that a word? Miseducates?
I think Missy Elliott would say yes.
Okay.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Sorry, Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Shout out. That was a really good album. Listen to
Well, it makes your clinic
it.
sound tone deaf, like if you're
Mhm.
so it's a problem.
It's a huge problem, and it
So,
needs to be fixed. Gosh darn it.
amen. So, now let's contrast kind of like the example of not using SEO and AI marketing well with somebody who is.
Mm,
I have several clients who are using
do you?
AI to enhance, not replace, but enhance the front desk. Meaning, if there's somebody on, like the front desk person is on the phone already, that call that would normally roll over and listen to the
Or not be
specials,
answered?
yes, or
Mm.
listen to the specials 15 times until they got mad and hung
Love
up,
that.
that would get answered with an AI bot.
Mm,
And that AI bot can be trained. They actually can be, believe it or not, you can train technology to kind of reflect the tone of your business. Now, those are more expensive AI bots. Those are not your,
it's definitely an investment.
yes, it is an investment.
Would it be $5,000 a month?
I think it depends on what you're trying to get into. I think they can the range I've seen is around 1,500 to around 4,000. I
Oh,
so but
so
that's just
less
for the
than
eight.
my outsourced marketing.
Yes,
Okay,
less
that
but
didn't
if you
work.
wanted to add marketing onto that,
Mm,
that's a
right.
separate thing. AI
Yeah.
can't do that for you. But yeah, they're adding it onto what they're already doing at the front desk. They've got somebody great trained. You still have to invest time in your front desk staff. That is still
Yes.
something that's so important to do.
It's ongoing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
the
just a one
ongoing.
time on like
Mhm.
hold your hand type thing. It's an ongoing, support that they need.
Yep. And then as far as the marketing, what they're doing with marketing, yes, they're doing the things to optimize their SEO. They're asking for Google reviews, not incentivizing for them because we that's a no-no. We've already covered that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Um, but they're doing all the right things to help their reviews and help their SEO organically,
Mhm.
maybe doing some paid ads, but their tone in all of the posts that they put forth is the same tone as you would expect or that you get when you walk in and you are greeted by the front desk person.
Yeah.
The same tone that the injector has when they're doing the consultation with you. And it all feels very brand cohesive.
Yeah.
So there's a way to do it and do it well and
Yeah.
to utilize all of these tools to your advantage
Mhm.
without making it just a one size fits all when it really fits none.
Really.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than walking into a place, no matter what kind of place it is, but especially a med spa where somebody gives a shit that you are
Yes.
there,
Yes.
and that they're excited to see you.
Yes.
Because I know as a manager, when somebody arrived on time to fill out their paperwork, do their consents, whatever, it was like, boom, this is,
Gold star for you.
yes. And let's just be real. I was going to get some money.
Yes. Yep.
So, and my injector was going to be happy because she actually had a client. Every injector, every provider wants to just be busy with patients.
100%.
So if an AI bot can do it, great. But I think always the human front desk will do it better.
Yeah, it should the AI bot should know when to transfer to a human.
Yes.
Yeah, for some
Yes.
of the more complicated questions, not
Keep that
yeah.
human on the other line entertained.
Mhm.
Keep it on simmer.
Keep it on love how we're calling the
Keep it
human a
on tap.
hit.
Yeah. But don't take don't replace my human.
Also, you made a good point when we were talking about this earlier, booking. You need to be able to train your AI technology to book efficiently. Like if you have an injector who's doing back-to-back lasers all day long,
Hmm.
you're not making any money that day. So
Nothing.
you don't want your AI bot to be booking all these laser patients back to back to back to
Right.
back.
Right.
Meanwhile, then you have another day that's just all injections because that's
Right.
yeah,
And when I say you're not making any money, it's not because laser themselves it's actually quite a moneymaker because
right.
there's low consumables, but
You've already
it's
gotten
not the
the
best use of my injector's time.
right, and
My
usually they've already purchased a package for that, so it's you're not getting any
the
more in the
redeeming.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You can't have a redemption day is what I
yeah.
always tell people.
You've gotta balance it out. You gotta have
Yep.
some purchases and
Right.
redemptions.
And we call that smart scheduling in the
Yeah,
management world because you have to balance that out. So
yeah.
you have some kind of money coming in, some kind of revenue coming in. Otherwise, you are set up for failure.
And your owners look at you and they're like, "What have you been doing?"
Right. And that's how management gets basically told you're effective or not effective.
Right.
Yeah.
So, um, So marketing, it's about connection, not just clicks. Make
Yeah.
sure your content actually sounds like you. Showcase your injectors, tell stories, educate, inspire trust.
Inspire that trust.
Inspire it.
Yes. And value
Yes.
if you can.
And honestly, if your marketing firm doesn't know the difference between filler migration and filler fatigue, fire them.
Or don't hire them, whichever one comes first.
Yes. Well, I think not
If
hiring
you have
them
a
comes
say.
first,
I did not have a say in my marketing person, so and I also didn't have a say in firing them, but you know, they weren't effective because I didn't get quality leads.
but it sure gave us a good story.
It gave us a fucking great story. Sorry. Yeah.
So, bottom line, tech is a tool, not a substitute for human care.
Mhm.
AI and SEO, they can work wonders,
They can be amazing if you utilize them right.
but only if they're aligned with your clinic's voice and values.
Yes. We wanna keep up with technology,
100%.
but we don't wanna replace that with the art of building that relationship, which is
Yeah.
what med spa is all about.
You don't want to sacrifice that relationship, that human
Mhm.
touch.
We're in the business of touch.
Mm.
To replace that with a robot just doesn't make sense to me. But
Yep.
doesn't mean we can't utilize the robot in a way that makes the humans more efficient.
Use the robots to make us look smarter. That's what we do.
Yeah. Smarter, not
Yeah.
not work smarter, not harder, right? That's what
Right.
they say? Yeah.
Yep. So don't let a robot be the first impression of your
Mhm.
brand, and don't hand your voice to someone who thinks Disport is a skincare line. Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's better
it's
not
not worth
to be
it.
touched.
Yeah.
So we want to hear your stories.
Yep.
Have you had a good or a bad experience with AI or marketing firms? We
Or your front
know,
desk. Do you like your front desk?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother episode.
I love front desk personally.
They are the most,
Shout out to
yes,
all the front desk girls, boys, everybody,
appreciation. Yes.
people out there.
Hardest and most important job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tough job and one that if you do it right, you could have an employee for life.
Yes. But DM us on Instagram, shoot us an
Mhm.
email. We might feature you in a,
Share, like,
yeah, we might feature
shout out.
you in a future episode.
Yes.
And if you like this episode,
Mm,
please subscribe,
I like this
share.
episode.
I loved it. Leave us
Yeah.
a 5-star review. 5
5 stars.
stars. We're not going to incentivize you though, because that's a no
No.
no.
No. No, we just will really, really want to be your friend.
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever that
Who
is.
doesn't want to be our friend?
I mean,
We're pretty fun.
I'm taking applications.
And share this episode with somebody in the industry who needs to hear it.
Yes, please.
So
Please. And if you have something to say, let us
we're
know.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been another episode of Behind the Dirty Needle.
And underneath it.
I don't know why she keeps saying that.
Because I can.
We're out, guys.